Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic. Hey, 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 hey! 6 Viking 18!
Hurts.
It's caught by Sanders. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
They'll try again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
All day, dog. Where's 52?
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 52's the mark. Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 70 Lion. Twist.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Going for it with Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute, because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They go back to the ground with Sanders.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Throwing is Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Check and reload. Check 53's Mike. I don't even know why this team fired.
On play action, it's Brady. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not cover.
Here's a give to Gibson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year back in week 2. And it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Even. 4 down. Even. Check 9. Hey,
throwing now is Brady. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Cut.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Brady, open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Watch the run. Mike 52. Let's get the ball.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Space to run past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here,
costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts.
This is Smith with a grab. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis.
And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Brady going to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
52 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey,
Brady now on first down.
55.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them.
Hurts fumbles it.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
An update from Denver. It's the Raiders with the early lead over the Broncos.
And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a big.
Now Brady. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let you play. Let me too. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him.
Shotgun now for Brady. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Brady. They'll roll him out right.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Double dog, that's the way. My 52. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Hey, 60 check.
Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Tight end right. Alert, alert. 3 down. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the slats, watch the slats.
Brady. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Check, 53. 72. You ain't going nowhere.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
67 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. To throw is Brady. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
Here's Brady to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And some room to work. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. James has got it, complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson.
And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hurts fumbles it. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Under pressure, they got him again. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Brady. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Hey, watch 85. Watch 85. I got trips this side. I got trips this side. We got
now Brady. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They go play action with Hurts. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the Washington football team. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Washington, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town.
Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.